Welcome back, everybody. It is a beautiful day here on the Oregon coast. Let me get this thing done, turn my volume down so it doesn't start blasting some killer death metal or something. Look at that beautiful ocean, man. There's hardly any wind out. It's warm. It's what, 61 degrees. What a day. What a freaking day. So the tide is low right now. I'm gonna head over to one of my favorite little secret beaches. It's only accessible during low tide. And go check out a tide pool, man. It's gonna be a good day. I'm gonna head to Portland later, but for now, I'm gonna enjoy the coast, enjoy the beautiful, clean air, and yeah, man, let's go on an adventure. After spending the winter in the Pacific Northwest, it's amazing to feel the heat from the sun on my back. I do kind of wish I would have brought my windbreaker. The wind's picked up a little bit down here, but I can actually feel the warmth from the sun. It's amazing. It's been like months of like cloudy, rain, cold weather where you can't feel it. If I ever get rich, I'm gonna buy one of these houses for my springtime home. Just spend the spring here with the windows wide open. Let that ocean air just fill my lungs, clean me out. So I'm almost there. It's looking pretty promising because I can see the rocks. And there's a really cool tide pool down there too, where you can see all kinds of crazy animals, sea creatures and what have you. I'm kind of pacing this fishing boat out here. We're going about the same speed. It's pretty awesome. Man, I wish I had a dog, man. This would be a great place to have a dog. Got a little surprise waterfall. Actually, I'm pretty sure I knew that was there the whole time, but it is cool. I love waterfalls, man. The water's really coming in. I'm gonna go out as far as I can. I'll see if it feels safe to go to the other side, but I'm kind of thinking it might not be. Because when that tide's coming in, sometimes it suddenly comes in really fast, and I don't want to get stuck back there. I'll be stuck back there overnight with no jacket or food or anything. Every time I come here, the landscape's a little different. And it's definitely different this time. And man, those waves are really crashing hard against those rocks. Definitely don't want to get caught in that. So, the place I wanted to go was right over there. It's too close, man. This is too dangerous. That tide doesn't have to come up much to get me caught up in these rocks, and that is potentially a death sentence. I'll see if I can go a little bit farther, but I don't know if I'm going to be able to get all the way over. Yeah, it's just right on that side. I can go a little farther, I think. Quickly. I definitely don't want to hang out down there, but I can at least show you. Yeah, we're okay. I've got several feet. What a place, man. Yeah, I can make it down there for a few minutes, I think. The lowest, oh, maybe not. Yeah, I'm cut off right there. Yeah. Well, I've got another video of going back there and exploring and checking it out. But you can see I'd have to climb up all that cliff to get out of there if the water came up much higher. Which really, I'm pretty much trapped in there right now. You can go around the side a little bit, but it's too close. It's not worth dying for. I've been back there before. But this is still really cool. Look at that water, man. Woo! Yeah. Yeah, I'm out of here. I'm going back towards the beach. There's a couple of anemones down there all sucked up. I think they like the flowing water, not the still water. Look at this tree holding on for dear life. Barely alive, hanging on the edge of a cliff, man. Nature is so resilient. I don't think I've ever seen these pinkish anemones before. We got a few fish down here. move around every once in a while. There's one. We got these big green anemones. Those are probably the most common. This is a nice little tide pool. The original fidget spinner. I'm gonna see if I can wear this thing down all the way and make it shiny just by rubbing on it over time. This is cool. All right, got back and made myself a little sandwich. I found these little mini bite-sized brie cheeses. So I've got brie, Havarti, hummus, smoked turkey, spinach and arugula and some other stuff, and some raw onion on this brioche bun. This is with the exception of the added brie, this is the sandwich I've been eating a lot of lately. It's really good. The hummus on the sandwich just really works really well. Well, that sandwich was absolutely delicious, and that walk was great. Check out this setup, man. That is no joke. That is so cool. So I'm gonna head back to Portland area and do dinner shift for Uber Eats and make some money. I'm getting low on cash. I thought about there's some logging roads that you can take part of the way back, but I think I'm gonna skip that because it's just gonna take too much time and cost too much gas money. Gas is almost always cheaper on the res, and I'm rolling through Grand Ronde. They've got a casino and a gas station here. So I just filled up, even though I had 3/4 of a tank. The gas is cheap, so I'm taking advantage of it. And probably find a little spot to pull over somewhere and stretch out. Maybe, man, I should probably go in this big parking lot right here. That looks kind of nice. I need to just stretch out a little bit. I've only been driving for, what, an hour at the very most, but I'm feeling kind of like my legs are all cramped up and stuff. So I'm gonna see if I can get back here in this corner and just walk around and stretch out a little bit. So hopefully you can see it dead ahead behind those trees. There it is. And behind this bridge, there's a smiley face built into the mountain. So they logged, can you see it there, right in the middle of the screen? They logged this area many years ago, and someone planted a bunch of trees in the shape of a smiley face. And you can really see it in fall, but you can see it pretty well right now too. It's really cool. It's like a little kind of hidden landmark just outside east of the Grand Ronde casino. Welcome to McMinnville. So this is a smaller, older town in Oregon that I'm really fond of. It has a really nice, bigger, small town feel, and people act like they're in a small town, and they're very polite and courteous and friendly, and a lot of old buildings. It's well taken care of. It's very clean. You know, obviously there are some homeless people like there are everywhere now, but you know, unfortunately that's something that hasn't been fully addressed yet. But they've got all these really cool old buildings, and this is kind of the outskirts of the downtown area. Lots of really cool small businesses and stuff. I'm really a big fan of this town. In fact, now that I'm here, you know, I need to get a car wash real quick. Maybe I'll try to do Uber Eats here tonight and see what happens, because this is much closer to the coast than you know, the Hillsborough Beaverton area where I've normally been working. And if I can work here for like 5 days in a row and then go to the coast for 2, that would kind of work out for me. That would work out really well. They've got a temporary employment agency here too. Maybe I could find something you know, temporary to work on while I'm in town. Maybe I can make more money and spend less time stuck in the 4Runner. That could be interesting. Nancy Joe's Burgers and Fries, help wanted. Boom, there we go. Work at a little burger joint. Get free food every day, free burgers. That could work. So I've been to 2 different parks now, trying to find a place to just chill out until dinner rush. I was gonna try to do Uber Eats here, and I've come to the conclusion that there are more trees in McMinnville than any other town that I can think of. They're just absolutely everywhere. And when I got out to do the car wash, my throat started just killing me. My nose started like really tightening up. So this town in particular has a ton of pollen in it. It's really beautiful. It's really nice to look at, but it is much worse here than in Hillsborough, which is a bummer because I thought this would be really cool because it's closer to the coast. The people are nicer. I just generally like small towns better than bigger ones. But yeah, I think I'm gonna head to Hillsborough. I don't think I'm gonna be able to escape this pollen even if I stay inside. Yeah, I'm gonna head to Hillsborough. I need the money anyway, and it's much more of a sure thing to do the Uber Eats in the Hillsborough, Beaverton area than here. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. So I made it down here to Lafayette, Oregon, which is just a beautiful little old country town, man. This is like one of the best rural Oregon towns. This is the same type of place where I grew up. Well, I grew up in between 2 towns like this. One of them was a little bigger, but this is just regular old rural Oregon living. This is it. I love it. So I pulled over in this church parking lot to take a little break for a minute here in Laurelwood, Oregon. Check out this giant cedar tree, man. That was a massive tree. That was a big old cedar. Look at that thing. It's crazy. So up here, there is a, I think this was a boarding school at one time. This is basically like a living ghost town out here. There's some houses, but not that many. But it used to have this giant boarding school, which is all abandoned now. It's kind of crazy. I'd love to get permission to go in there and just look around. It's huge. They've got a ton of different buildings out here. So I'm gonna head up the hill and go up by Bald Peak Road and end up out by Hillsborough. It's 4:30. I should be there right at about 5, right as dinner rush gets started. It was nice to take a little break for a minute, but the pollen count's definitely like super high out here. Whoa, you're in my lane, dude. That was a close call. If I would have been a couple seconds early, I would have just got hit. Jeez. Look at this branch hanging down on the road. This is the area I used to go to ride my motorcycles. Check out Mount Hood out there in the distance. Totally covered in snow, man. Beautiful. Look at that. Woo! What a mountain. All right, back in Hillsborough. I gotta find a place to park and just take a little break from the, you know, I just drove for a few hours. I just gotta chill out for a little bit. It's 4:45, 4:46. I'll probably start at like 5. Just chill out for 15 minutes and get my mind kind of out of driving mode for a minute and start doing some orders, see how much I can make. Not only does my first order have great pay for the amount of miles, but both pickups were from the same restaurant. That's really rare and it's really nice because it cuts down on the odds of, you know, one of the restaurants taking 20 minutes to get you your order or not being able to find it or not finding parking. There's all kinds of things that can go wrong. So to be able to pick up both orders from one place and then drop them off in a place that's really good for getting new orders, and it pays really well for the amount of miles, it's like the perfect order. This is amazing. I love opening the app and going to do deliveries and getting stuff like this. This is off to such a good start. I'm so happy. So one thing I am a little bit bummed out about is my tint. I just paid to have my windows, my front side windows retinted. I used the same guy I used for the back windows, which I almost always have covered, so I never noticed how well they reject heat. But these new front windows do not reject heat very well. I paid for the ceramic. I paid like 250 bucks just for the 2 side windows, and I can feel the heat from the sun coming in. So that's kind of a bummer. They are at least darker, and it helps with privacy, but they're not really helping with the heat at all. So I'm a little frustrated about that. And I've noticed that some of the attention to detail was definitely missing. The way that he cut the passenger side window is kind of jagged, and there's a little chunk missing. And when he was done, he left a bunch of, I had just washed the vehicle so that he'd have something nice and clean to work on. And he left all his spray stuff all over the window, the passenger side rear view or side mirror or whatever. So I'm a little bummed about that. I think this is called an abbey where nuns live. It's absolutely beautiful, man. Look at that place. It is so beautiful. I'd love to go in there someday. You know, oh, there's so much traffic right here. I'm gonna have to do that another time. I wish I could just flip it in the right lane and see if I could walk inside and just see what it looks like in there, even if I can't like walk around. Like what's inside the front doors, you know what I mean? Oh man, this is going really well tonight. Just did my 3rd order. It was $10 for 1.8 miles, and it only took me about, I don't know, 15 minutes at the most. It was at a really nice brand new Carl's Jr. Huge order, and it was a meet at door, but the guy was right there. He didn't talk much, didn't have much to say, but he was nice. Hopefully I didn't get tip baited, because that was like a really good order. That was awesome. And they had a clean bathroom. You know, if I had the mind to be an engineer, which I probably do, because I have really good creative problem solving, and I can imagine like how to fix things. I'm good at figuring out solutions, not necessarily implementing them, but I could figure out how it could be done. If I was an engineer, I would come up with a way, because here's a problem that everybody faces. People peeing on public toilet seats. It's disgusting, and when you really have to go to the bathroom, there's nothing worse than finding a toilet seat that's just covered in urine. It's disgusting, man. Like, what if you created a toilet seat that had a sensor that could sense if urine was dropped on it, and then took a picture of just your face, like just your face, and then like had like an auditory alarm that was like, warning, warning, you've peed on a toilet seat. You're gonna be live streamed for the world to see online if you don't clean it up immediately. And like have a little robot arm that comes out and has like some kind of cleaner that you could like clean the toilet seat with. And if they don't, then live stream a picture of their face on the internet for everybody to see. Nobody would pee on toilet seats anymore. Like, why don't we have something like that? You know what I mean? Oh man, so I just dropped off this order. It was from Little Caesars. It was a pepperoni pan pizza and some breadsticks, which smelled delicious. And it was one of those meet customer at door. And this has happened before. So what happens is they don't answer the door. You knock multiple times. You send them text messages. You call them. They don't answer. For whatever reason, they just don't come to the door. And then literally, so you have 7 minutes to for the customer to come to the door before they cancel the order and you get to keep the food. Literally, they have a countdown timer. Literally, the last second of that 7 minutes, she finally opens the door. And it's like, why would you have me stand outside waiting for 7 minutes, not answer your text, not answer the phone, and then just come to the door and grab it the last second? It was so frustrating. Oh my God. Because like that's 7 minutes you could be out making deliveries and stuff. And I didn't get the free pizza, and I was really wanting that free pizza, man. It smelled so good. Now I'm super hungry. It's 8 o'clock. I'm gonna see if I can get a couple more deliveries down, and then I gotta eat, because I'm like hangry now, and I'm sitting there with this like hot, delicious smelling food, and I can't eat it. It's like, ah. Oh man, so that Little Caesars order, I just picked up 2 more from the same restaurant, and nobody in there speaks English very well, so I was having a hard time. I need to learn how to speak Spanish, but I was having a hard time making sure that the orders were right, but I think I got them. The first one is a leave it door, not a meet it door, so that's good. It would be, I kind of hope the second one is a meet it door and they don't answer the door and it gets down to literally the last second again. Just because it'd be so hilarious. It would just be the universe playing a joke on me. But I had a snack, so I'm not hangry anymore. Enough time hasn't gone by for the tip to come in for the last one where the lady made me wait till literally the last second. So hopefully I still get that tip because it was supposed to be a really good one, but I was kind of frustrated and hangry at that moment because I was thinking I was so excited I was about to get free pizza and I was really hungry, and then I didn't, and I think I let that show a little bit even though I was trying to be professional and polite and everything. I don't know. Maybe it's just me. We'll see what happens, man. I'll keep you guys posted. Alright, so first drop off went very well. The second one, I feel like I would get along with this person. They're also an over-explainer. The note from customer says, I live in the upstairs apartment. I'll leave out the number of that in the building number. And then says, please leave package on the cat-themed doormat. And then in parentheses says, I have an escape artist kitty that will run if I meet you at the door. I love that. I would like this person for sure. So this one is obviously a leave it door also. So yeah, and this one tips really well. So with the exception of the first delivery from Little Caesars, all my orders today have been absolutely stellar. They've been great. It's so nice to take a break from the app and be like frustrated with it because it was having all these glitches and issues, and then to come back from the coast and like go glamping and exploring the beach and like rejuvenating my respiratory system and everything and have it going so well. This is just such a nice treat. It's such a nice day, besides the not getting free pizza, but it's okay. Alright, went to Planet Fitness and got my shower in real quick and just kind of hung out and messed around on my phone and watched a bunch of videos and stuff. Been getting back into watching other van life videos, having a lot of fun with that. Got my towel up here drying on the dash. It likes to flop around like that while it's drying out. I'm 4 minutes away from my sleep spot that I found while I was doing deliveries, and found a really nice little area. And by the time I get there, this towel will be dry. This is one of those Nomadix towels. So I did about 50 miles and made 75 bucks, so I broke my $1 per mile. Did pretty good tonight. It was actually a really good night. It was a great day, man. Crazy day. Woke up at a casino, went and had fun at the beach, went on a great road trip through the beautiful Oregon countryside, got lucky with a bunch of great tips and cool deliveries, found a cool sleep spot, got a great hot shower, and now I'm off to get some sleep. So thanks for watching, everybody. I'll see you next time.